Hey, I'm Alex from Board Game Co., and welcome to a solo Sunday playthrough of Metal Gear Solid, the board game. Specifically, the tutorial level. I'll be diving into the tutorial level over here, playing this, showing you how it plays, assuming I get the rules right, asterisk on that. In fact, there's a lot of things to cover before we dive into this. Let's go through it in no particular order. Number one, a thank you to Allplay for being a channel sponsor. If you're not familiar with Allplay, you can go to allplay.com and find a variety of games, including a lot of solo-friendly games. If you enjoy watching me play the solo, and you want to play other solo games that almost certainly do not have, like, Guys with Guns, Allplay has a vibe. Guys with Guns are not that vibe, but you can go and check them out at allplay.com, both games from them as well as their partner publishers. Number two, I really liked playing Metal Gear Solid, the board game, when I played it a while ago when I first got it. But then I never played through, like, the whole arc. Like, I didn't play it enough to review it. I played a few missions, and I was like, okay, I'll get to the rest later. And then like 6 months went by. And I was like, you know what? I actually really like Metal Gear Solid, the board game. So let me go ahead and dive back into it. But as part of that, I may as well go ahead. If I want to start from scratch to refamiliarize myself with the mechanics of all those little things. So I was like, I'll play the tutorial mission again. And once I'm doing that, why not film it? I already know what I'm doing for the most part. Every mission is going to be different as far as how things play out, but that's me playing this tutorial mission in order for me to dive back into it. And also, if you want to see more, let me know in the comments down below if you want to see more of the missions played through, because realistically, I always dive into all of these gameplays being like, I'll film all the missions, because everyone wants to see all the things, but people don't always want to see all the things. There's usually a small amount of people that actually want to see the same thing done multiple times, but if you do want to see more of this, I think it's a fantastic solo game from what I've seen of the game so far. I haven't officially reviewed it though because I want to see more of the game experience to be able to, like, I want reviews to actually reflect the full experience of the game, not just like half a play. I mean, more than half a play, but you know what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying. Then lastly, this is a game from Simon, who has drama going on these days, but you still could find it online. I checked out Game Nerds had it at the time of this filming. You can check a variety of other sites and all that. So it is available, and also, if you ever watch this in the far future when there's no more copies being made, the secondhand market is always a thing on board games, and if you like a board game enough, it's worth checking out. And at least from my initial few plays, I do like this one enough. You should check it out. It's rated an 8.4 on Board Game Geek. That's a good rating. It's just not super popular, but the people who have played it like it, and that includes me. Anyways, with that, let's go ahead and dive into it. Last little note before we dive into it. I like a lot of things about Metal Gear Solid, the board game. The one thing I do not like is I personally, maybe I'm just wrong, maybe I'm not finding the nuances, I find a lot of small little details sometimes can be up for like, well, how exactly does that work? What is supposed to happen here? Which way do they turn? Which character activates first? There is a rule set of how things go. I will do my best to go with what the rules seem to indicate should be happening. If you know this game and you catch me doing something wrong, it's either because A, I'm filming it and sometimes I miss things when I'm filming, and B, sometimes I'm just wrong and I may not know how to play the thing. So feel free to correct me with any mistakes. I'll try to pin a comment down below, and honestly, I'd welcome knowing how to deal with any of those interactions should those edge cases pop up. That's plenty of background. Let's go ahead and dive into it. This is a tutorial mission. We are missing a bunch of things. We do not have Metal Gear Solid's tokens, like his action tokens. In fact, even, I guess it goes back to like those edge cases, there's like one or two things that are in the rules, but not in the solo, not in the tutorial mission rules, so are they in play? Whatever. We'll get to those if we need to. Let's start by taking our actions. We have 4 action tokens over here. Our goal is to go ahead and get into the elevator and then press the elevator button to get out of here. The problem is the elevator shaft, or the elevator car over here is here. This is not really on the board. It will eventually go on the board over here when we cross this A token that will trigger the elevator descending. This goes down to, again, small edge case rules. Technically speaking, you can press interact while on this space over here in order to call the elevator. But the rules don't actually say that when you're playing the tutorial mission. So do I have to go on the A? Can I interact to call the elevator? Uncertain, I'll go on the A just in case. With that said, let's start by taking actions. So first action we're going to take is we're going to, do I have 4 action? There we go. I have 4 action tokens. Let's put them off to the side so you can more easily see them. I'm going to go 1 over here, and I'm going to sneak over there. Then I'm going to go 1, and I'm going to sneak over here. And the problem is I'm going to stop there, because right now these guards are going to be moving 3, 4, or 5 spaces, I think. I have to double check the cards, but I believe it's always going to be 3, 4, or 5 if they are not in a high alert state. So let's go ahead and draw a card and see which one it's going to be. It's going to be 4. Now this is a whole sequence you're going to do. This step over here, we'll deal with that if we come to it, but basically knocked out guards slowly become less knocked out. Cameras would pivot, we have no cameras. And then over here represents what the guards do, which is usually going to be movement based depending on the state of alert. Right now they are not in high alert, so they're going to move 4, and this shows the sequence. They're going to first investigate dead bodies or knocked out guards, then they're going to investigate my activity token if it is on the board, and then lastly obviously they're going to go ahead and investigate. They're going to move 4. Now, I only used 2 tokens because I only used 2 actions because I didn't want to do anything else in that first round. So I just did 2 sneak actions, which helped me move 1 space. The guards are going to activate, and we need to find our little handy activity token. That's the token that's going to indicate how they activate, which means within each zone, a zone being the tile over here, they're going to move in a zigzag row, basically top to bottom, left to right. So this guard is going to activate first. He's going to move 4 and then turn to the right. So he's going to go 1, 2, 3, and 4, and he would turn to the right in theory, but there's not really a space to turn to the right. Well, when he has a reason to turn, he turns to the right, to be more specific. So in this case, because he landed on this turn token, he can turn either that way or that way, but since there's nothing to go that way, he's going to automatically turn this way. That's the way that works. If he could have turned right or left, he would have turned right because of this token over here. The next card is going to activate 1, 2, 3, 4. Now again, he could turn right or left, so he is going to turn to his right, which is that way because we're looking at this upside down. This next card is going to also move 4, but he's going to leapfrog over here. So it's going to be 1, 2, 3, and then turn automatically, and 4, and again, he would turn, but he can't turn, so he's actually going to turn this way over there. That actually works out well for us, because that means we actually can come this way, because of how line of sight works, which is guards are facing where they're facing. There are some nuances when you have more open spaces, so for example, if a guard is over here, and I'm over here, he can see me, because he's facing my general direction. But if I'm over here, he cannot see me. Now granted, 2 people side by side like that makes it kind of obvious, but you know, pretend that's more thematic as far as leaning against walls or corners or hiding things. Where did this guard go? This guard went this way. That's what he did. He started over here. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's what it was. Perfect. Okay, no, he turned right. That's what it was. Perfect. That is the first round. We reclaim our action tokens and we go into the next round. Now, we didn't take any actions that cause noise. Some actions will cause noise. We chose not to do that. Now, given the state right now, he is kind of looking down this aisle over here. I might want to approach him from the side. That'll be 1, 2, 1, 2. I think that makes the most sense to do right now. Because this guy's going to go straight this way, which is great for me. This guy's going to go this way and turn. Although I could take a non-violent approach right now, which does have its merits. If I just go 1, 2, 3, 4, a non-violent approach, do I not want to in any way engage in taking those guys out? Because this guy's going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 back here. He's out of commission. 1, 2, 3, that away, and he'll just come down this way. But if he goes 1, 2, 3, he could turn. So here's my problem. If he moves 3 and turns this way, it's going to make my life a little harder. So it's a very specific set of criteria, but it's enough of a criteria that I'd rather deal with him. And if I'd rather deal with him, a combo attack would take him out. I think it's worth it. Okay, let's go and we'll also see how things work. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to dash. So we're going to go 1, 2. That's going to be a dash move. It is a noisy activation, which will resolve at the end of our turn. We're going to dash again. You can stack your tokens, and I'm going to go 1, 2. And then I'm going to do a combo attack over here, placing 2 tokens. That's a 2 action spot to go ahead and roll 2 white dice and a black dice, and hopefully not make noise. Making noise might trigger reactions. Honestly, the safer thing probably is to just let him go. The safer thing probably is to let him go, but I also want you to see things. So here's a tough point, okay? If I'm trying to play it really safe, I think I probably should just let him go. There's only one downside for me letting him walk forward, which is if he moves 3 and turns to the, well, he's turning that way, which is the left. Turning to the left. Turning to the left with the movement of 3 would be the specific situation I want to avoid. And even that's not the end of the world, it just forced me to adapt. The verse is, if I take him out and cause noise, now this is going to be a sample roll, this does not count, okay? But if we roll that, boom, that's a noise over there. So first of all, we might not even kill him. This situation wouldn't even kill him. His defense will knock him out. His defense is 3, means I need to get 2 dice, because his health is 2, his defense is 3. I need to get 2 dice that are 3 or higher. So had I rolled this, great, he's knocked out, amazing. If I roll this, it pulls attention to my spot, which is not good. Weirdly enough, if you hit someone on the side of the face and they're still alive, it pulls attention to their spot. Not only that, but at the end of the round, for each movement you've done, meaning even if I do successfully knock him out, let's say I roll that and I knock him out, at the end of the round, because I did 2 movement actions, I would roll these. These are the worst rolls ever. And I would then draw attention to my space. So now that you've seen how bad things are, if I choose to do this, I am not going to choose to do that. I'm going to just move 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, using 4 basic movement. I'm going to play it safe. I'm going to try to actually win this first scenario. The weird part is, the first scenario, this tutorial scenario, is relatively challenging. It does require strategy and thinking and playing out the odds. It definitely requires all of that, but it could go very smoothly. Like, I might be able to get all this done without ever hitting a guard. I also might have to deal with someone attacking me, shooting me, and I might die. I have won and lost this scenario multiple times. Anyways, well, whatever. I was going to get into why I've played this first scenario a bunch. And let's do it. I played this first scenario a bunch because what I did, every time I played this game, I just started doing things, and then I'd read the next section, and then I'd have the bad things happen. So I think I've played this like 5 or 6 times for this first scenario, so I have a good arc of how things can play out. But anyways, we took our 4 actions, we're done. We go ahead and draw a guard order card. Right now, this would be, oh my gosh, that's not good. That's not good. I forgot about that. Okay, so you're about to see things. Play out. That means any guard within 2, any agent within 2 of a guard has to put their attention token on that, which changes things a bit. You'll see why. Because now we again activate from top to bottom. I totally forgot about that. I should have taken the guard out. Also, movement 2, and he is going to turn. Okay, now his first mode is he's going to investigate the blue token. Think of it as a noise. Okay, I ended up sitting there in the corner. I knocked over a shelf. A noise was made. Guards within 2, unfortunately know I'm here. So it's not that they know I'm here, it's that he heard noise. But he investigates. He is the closest guard. He's going to investigate, so he's going to turn, and as soon as he sees me, I flip my marker to red, which is going to make my life a lot harder right now. Also, he's going to shoot me using 2 black dice, rolling against a 3+. At least he missed. I only have 4 health, so at least he missed. There is some grace in the world. But now, because of that, when we go to the next guard is now in an alert state. Once you're visible, your line of sight marker, your attention marker is on the board, they now move 4. So they skip this section because now we're in that alert state, and they're going to try to go close distance towards me in the shortest mode possible. So this guy who previously was safely going over here turns and goes 1, 2, 3, 4. And this one is going to go, again, fewest amounts of turns with the shortest distance, 1, 2, 3, 4. They are all close in the distance. They do not have line of sight. So at least I am not in trouble, but I totally forgot that can happen. I totally forgot that action. Wow, things are rough in this place over here. Now I have a few options, and again, this is where it could be interesting because strictly speaking, what I can do on my turn, I'll take back my action tokens. I could jump over this guy. I can simply move over him. If I do, though, he will have the chance to attack me. That's the thing. So when you move over somebody, when you jump over them, bunny hop over them, if they're an ally, you just move through them. If they are an enemy, he will go ahead and get a free attack on me. Now, fortunately, he missed his first attack so badly that I have space for those extra wounds. The tricky part is because it'll have line of sight, I'm going to have to place my line of sight token on the spot that I move, but I probably have to do that anyway. And again, even crossing this area here, no matter which way I go, it's going to cause someone to have line of sight to me. So running is an option. Taking him out is an action too, but I would then have to deal with 2 wounds. That's the tricky part. So I think it might be in my best interest to really just run away as hard as I can, but will that even work? If I run this way, I could run this way and avoid the wounds entirely, which it does have some merit, but I don't know if it makes the most. Oh my gosh, what do I do? What do I do? I think I'm going to run away entirely. Okay, we're going to backtrack. We have time to recover, and we haven't taken any wounds yet. So I'm going to move, going back 1, 2. Because they still have line of sight on me as I do this, they still keep my line of sight token on me. Then I'm going to move, dashing again, which I'm going to go 1, 2. And my line of sight token is still on me over here. This is where I can try to make some choices that are different, because that guy's going to move towards there. Then I'm going to do 2 movement to go sneak and sneak. And that's going to take me 1, 2 over here. So I'm running away from line of sight. They are still trying to go to that specific token. I'm trying to recover. The upside of this is going to force all the guards into a corner, and I can hopefully get away. But let's see how it plays out. First thing I do, which is the first problem, is if I roll a exclamation mark on these, then it's going to move my attention token underneath me, even in its red state. So you go ahead and roll. Fortunately, we got a 5 and 6. We don't have to deal with that. That's good. Which means now we activate the guards. So they are in higher alert mode, but we still go in order. So 5. So we go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. He landed on my token. He draws a guard reaction card. And then we look at that specific mark. If the player's in the same zone, flip the red to its blue side and place it under their figure. This is so bad. This is so bad. I'm getting this so bad. So right now, this is going to go over here, which means he saw some footsteps, so a little of the heat is off, but there's still more guards activating. This is such a good demo because I'm very happy with how this gameplay is going. Because had it been smooth as butter, it would have been unsatisfying to watch. As a viewer, you're watching various ways things can play out, and also me having to adapt to everything falling apart I hope I win, because I do want to show how things can fall apart and you can adapt and, you know, make it work. But also, dear Lord, this is everything going wrong. Because very often these are going to be things like, oh, you put a new guard out. I can deal with a new guard right now. A new guard would spawn over here in the Rocky-Talkie. I'm fine with that. What I can't deal is this guy's now going to go 1, 2, get line of sight on me, which is going to flip this back to red, and then he's going to shoot me again. I hope he rolls 2 black. That would be, I mean, 2 misses, because that would be great. Nope, 2 hits. 2 hits. I am halfway towards dead. Okay? That's that. And I'm going to have to jump over one of them. I'm going to have to, like, I think I have to jump over one of them. No, I could attack one. That's fine. Okay. Anyways, this next guard goes. He's going to try to go shortest distance. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So fewest turns. He's probably going to go this way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, that's that. He will turn over there. His turn bias is, either way, it's equidistant. So he's going to turn to the right over there. And there we go. Okay, it's bad. It's not the worst. It is pretty bad, to be clear. I have 2 health gone, cornered in the corner over there. I am going to try to take out a guard right now. The way I'm going to do that is I'm going to do a combo attack action. That's going to take 2 of these, and I'm going to roll 2 whites and a black over here. We just need to get higher than his health over here is 3, and an exclamation mark doesn't really make a difference either way. So yeah, exclamation mark won't make a difference because either way, my attention token is already there. That is going to result in him dying because I killed him. We're not dying. I'm knocking him out. Strictly speaking, it's a combo attack. It's an unarmed attack. I was facing him. I couldn't risk jumping over him because if he hit me with 2 hits, if he rolled, well, that would have been fine. I would have had 1 health left, but I didn't want to risk it. The upside of what's going on now is so we have an unconscious body over here. We put it on the 2 unconscious side, which will matter as we do things. And then we are going to run as fast as we can. You can't catch me. I'm the gingerbread man. But is that what I want to do? Because he's going to go here. I have 2 actions left. I think I need to run. I need to run with both. So we're going to hit 2 sneaks. So we're going to go 1, 2, and then 1, 2. Is that what I want to do? Can I afford this? This is terrible. This is so bad. I'm going to get shot very soon. This guy at least is going to turn. Okay, I might get shot. Honestly, it depends. If this thing happens again, then I'm getting shot. So all this kind of comes down to what we end up drawing, which, let's go ahead and take a look. We have a... okay, so this is the unconscious part. So unconscious people turn to their less unconscious, and then this would return. He'd come back as a guard if he was on his next turn. The next time you draw a card like this. Cameras, again, we don't have in the scenario. He's going to move 6. So again, top to bottom, he's going to go 1, 2 into that spot. That's going to result in him drawing a guard reaction card. And our guard reaction card, remove the token, then spawn a guard, which I had available, spawn a guard in the walkie-talkie in this zone. That guard does not activate this turn. Okay, that's what I was hoping would have happened last time, and it went about as south as you can imagine. So my token's off the board, which is great. The next person is going to still activate, but we no longer have that alert state. So now, and he doesn't have line of sight. You have to have line of sight to an unconscious person for him to care about that. He doesn't. So instead, he's going to patrol, and again, this is where, remember I mentioned questions? I'm 99% sure, based on the rules, that just because he has line of sight to an unconscious person doesn't mean he's going to investigate it. I think the person needs line of sight, or if a camera needs line of sight. Either way, we're going to have them activate right now. So he's going to move 5. So it's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Okay, you only turn on those if you end your turn on them. Otherwise, you keep going. So he's kind of out of the way. He's not activating. Things aren't the worst. The issue is that the issue is that I can die at any point. That's the issue. That's the issue we have right now. So let's take a look and see how this goes. We have the following. We're 2 health down. The guy landed a shot on us. We have our action economy back right now. We are trying to make our way to the end zone. And how could we do this? We are going to... He's going to activate. He could go left. He could go right. Because once he goes over here, he'll go left or right depending on the card. So we don't know which one's going to happen. I could bypass entirely by going 1, 2, and then 1, 2, 3. So I think I'll do that. We'll risk a single noise because I want to get out. But the problem is if he goes right, well, I guess if he goes 1, 2, 3, 4, because right now if he turned right, he would also turn right here. So I think we're fine to go here. Here's the safest place to go. So we're going to sneak, sneak, and sneak for 3, going 1, 2, 3. And we're going to dash across the hallway because we don't want to be here in case he turns right. And then we're going to see what card we draw. I think we should be safe no matter what. I don't think there's anything... Oh, no. Then no matter what is we have to roll a die because we took 1 noisy action. So we just have to not have an exclamation mark, and then we should be... 2 is close, but it's still fine, and then we should be fine. So now we did not put a our a token under us. And honestly, even if we had, I'll show you what's going to happen if we had. It's not going to be happening. But let's draw the next card. So what would happen is, again, let's take it off the board to not confuse anyone, but I'll show you what would happen if that was on the board. So right now, anyone within 2, I need to remember this. I always forget this. Anyone within 2, which is, we're fine. You have to be careful at ending too close to your guard, you can make noise. Then, right now, they're going to be moving 3. So again, we're going top to bottom, left to right. So this one's going to go 1, and then 2, 3, and then turn. They always turn to the next spot. The next one's going to go 1 over here. He's investigating that over there, which means he is going to draw a reaction card because that was on the board, which means remove the token, spawn a guard in its place. So he wakes up the guard a little early, and then it can't spawn it in its place, so we spawn to an adjacent spot. So we're going to go ahead and put this guy over here, and we're going to face him this way because we want it. It's in our best interest to do so, and we have that ability to do so. When a guard spawns on something like this, we have to spawn the direction, otherwise we get some agency. So that's going to be our guard reaction. We need to remove that token, but then he stops moving as well. Once you do that, you stop moving. He had line of sight over there. Then this guy over here, the way he's going to work is he's going to move 3 and turn this way. Had I had an activation token over here, because he's the closest one, only the closest guard moves, he would have gone 1, 2, and 3. Even if I had rolled an exclamation mark, I would have been safe. But it's still obviously better for us to go 1, 2, and then 3, and then he has a choice of which way to turn. He's going to turn that way because of the card. Okay. All things are not the worst right now. We don't actually have a token on the board, so we can get rid of that. We now have a choice as to, not really a choice, we are going to call the elevator. This is the problem we have right now, because the elevator is going to be called with the guard on it facing directly at us. Well, we're going to be over here. But the issue we have specifically is that we kind of need to get in there. Now, I could just walk in there, but the problem is if I walk in the elevator with the guard there, he'll get line of sight. And the specific mission objectives is for us to call the elevator and then use the interact on this without having that on the board. So if he sees me, that's a problem. And again, no tools or tricks at my sleeve at this point in the game. So what we're going to do is we are going to move over here to this spot. If he moves out, it's 1, 2, he would just go straight out. I think we're safe to go over here. And they're all so far away, I think we're safe. So we're just going to go 1, 2, 3, and we're literally going to sit there. I think the only way they're in trouble is if he drew a 2. Is there a 2? There is a 2. If there's a 2 to the left, a 2 to the left would be our problem because a 2 would bring him here, and then he would turn and face us. But I think the odds are good enough that it's worth that risk as opposed to resulting in noise. Because this way we can just go 1, 2, 3, and then avoid everything else. And because we hit the A, the elevator is called. I can't make elevator noises. That's our turn. Now we have to just hope we don't draw a 2 over here. Great, we drew a 3, that's good enough. So, in guard order, the way that's going to play out is we are going to... nothing over here. Oh, this over here. This is just if there's enough dead bodies on the map, you would get rid of guard cards, which are important because this is also your timer on the game. Amongst these red cards over here, you can lose at any point. So you have a limited amount of time to get things done before you start just risking things. But we can ignore that right now. None of this is relevant. So let's activate all the guards moving 3 and turning left. So the first guard is going to go 1, 2, 3 and turn that way because it's the only way to turn. Second guard is going to go 1 and because we're turning left, 2 and 3. Third guard is going to go, these guys should have turned that way. It's going to go 1, 2, turning left over here, and then 3, and then he can't turn this way, so he will turn that way. And the fourth guard is going to go 1, 2, and then jump through that. So that's going to be, again, 1, 2, and 3, and then he's going to turn because the way we have that token there. So they're all nicely consolidated over there. Last guard over here is going to go 1, 2, 3, and there's nowhere to turn, so he'll continue going straight. He walks right past me, does not see me. Again, you're leaning up flat against the wall. As long as you don't knock that flower pot over, you're good to go. The good news is I get to win now, because now I get my tokens back, and I go 1 into here, I go 2 into here, I go 3 into here, and then I use an interact action, that's this action over here, in order to interact with this specific area, and that is going to result in the elevator going zoop, and I win the game. That is the tutorial mission for Metal Gear Solid, the board game. That's the very first tutorial mission before the game introduces you to more mechanics. If you do want to see more of this, I'm going to be playing through this on my own. By the time you watch this video, I'll already have played more of this, hopefully if things go as planned. But I'm more than happy to go back and play mission 2, 3, etc., up to whatever point seems interesting if you enjoyed this. I really enjoyed this so far, the little brain-burning puzzle of what to do, how to take into account all the possible options, as you see me clearly forgetting all the possible options. But it's been a short little solo Sunday gameplay. I'm Metal Gear Solid, the board game. Hope you enjoyed. Until next time, I'm Alex Radical from Board Game Co. And as always, I hope you have a good one.